All right, folks. Teams are going to shake hands here as we get ready for this third and final matchup of the triple header in senior girls single A volleyball in the David McMullen Gymnasium, the home of the Lakers. It looks like starting for the Lakers will be number 4, Maddie Fraser-Cole, number 13, Riley DeMerchant, number 10, Lauren Peasy, number 5, Georgia Bernard, number 11, Delaney McElwain, and number 15, Alyssa Snow, with the libero Cadence McMillan getting ready to check in. And she'll swap out with Alyssa Snow, and I expect she'll also be swapping out with Peasy based on the positioning there. And Lakers will get the ball to start off. Big matchup. They dropped the 2 sets to Sam Desham that mattered, so Lakers hungry for a victory here. Sam Desham also showed they could stick with the Jaguars, although they did not win until the 3rd set either. So both teams really hungry now.
Oh, for sure. Great work by DeMerchant on the spike there, as teammate Georgia Bernard will take the service line. For the second time tonight, Calder getting it up. Jackson sends it over. DeMerchant giving it to the setter Cole. Finding the senior Peasy, who finds that open corner on the left side.
Great work by Peasy. Normally you kind of go cross court, I think, from that area, but she saw the opening kind of right down her left flank and sent the ball right over there.
Yeah, Peasy, a very versatile hitter, going cross court most of the time, but finding that open line, she'll nail that any day.
Georgia Bernard's serve will sail out of bounds, so the Vikings rather are on the board. I keep saying Islanders. I think it'll happen every time I commentate for this team.
It's going to be Peasy up, doing her ritual before the serve.
Yeah, that classic Peasy toe tap. I believe Sister Catherine did the same thing.
Okay.
Oh, really nice play at the net front there from Riley DeMerchant.
Yeah, Riley having a strong first game, as well as a couple of other teammates repping the green and gold tonight. They're going to try to continue it on for their second game, but the third game of tonight, as Delaney McElwain hitting the deck, trying to save that one.
And there's the first earned points from the Vikings. That's Eden Searles who puts it over on the second hit. Kind of puts it right in front of the back row and behind the front row. So finding the soft spot.
Alyssa Snow trying her best on that spike. Just too much mustard on that one.
Yeah, I'd say flow of play has favored the Lakers so far in the early going, but they only lead by 2, and that's the thing. If you're not collecting the points, it can stay pretty tight. It's Maddie Fraser-Cole back to serve. Very strong server.
Home court does have its advantage in these triple header league games, because the Laker girls were the first to play a game, and they're the only team throughout tonight to have an actual break in between games.
Yeah, especially with both games electing to go to 3 sets. To be fair, it was a choice that all the teams made, but still, these Vikings coming off 3 sets of volleyball and not very many subs.
Good try on the service attempt by Maddie Fraser-Cole, who I would say is one of their very consistent servers for the Lakers. Definitely packing a punch when she nails that ball from the service line.
Oh, yeah. You know, they call her the Dougie Hamilton of servers down there.
Oh, really?
One of her favorite hockey players.
Oh.
She's got so much power in that hit.
Yeah, big Jersey fan too, is she?
I think she is.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I understand. I don't know. We don't talk. It doesn't come up very often.
No.
Yeah, this is just.
She wasn't the one to slap the Jersey Devils logo in a garbage can, wasn't she?
That doesn't sound like anything anyone would do ever. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's a crime in this province.
Great work by McElwain on the hit there. Williams fighting to get it in. Ooh.
Oh.
Tough placement there for the Lakers.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone could predict where that ball was going to fall.
Vikings fighting back, making it a 2-point game. Searles up at the service line. Nails it. Ooh.
Ooh.
Looked like McMillan did call the ball, just couldn't get there fast enough. Not really expecting Bernard to tuck down as low as she did.
Had a bit of an awkward angle, too, to get at it coming laterally, but...
Great work by DeMerchant. McElwain. Ooh! going.
Just sneaks it over.
She attempted that last game too. On those kind of side bumps, she puts a lot of swing into it and spin into the ball, really making that ball climb far up that net to just go over.
Yeah, if it's got a good spin, I think you're in a good position to hope that it falls on the correct side. So some nice work in the lateral movement there. That's tough to do, hitting the ball kind of in motion.
Well, McElwain, being a smart player, probably did her scouting report there, or looked at it at least, knowing that if she sent a free ball to Calder, it's going to end up in the back of their corners. A great work by the Lakers, extending the lead up by 4.
Yeah, Alyssa Snow doing a good job from the service line as the Vikings are having trouble corralling these.
Alyssa Snow sends it over. Great placement there as Matheson thinking it was out of bounds. Yeah,
it fell down really nicely on this side of the red line. Good call by referee Alberio. Keeping an eagle eye on the proceedings.
Alyssa looking to do it again. Up by Jackson. Calder finding it. Great work by the Lakers to get to where they need to. Sells. Oh, great play there. Searles trying to send it over, but it's our very own Georgia Bernard sending it right back down for the block.
Yeah, really nicely done. And Cadence McMillan on the sideline there. This is one of the few times she actually gets a break as the libero, because Coach Tracy Messer really likes to rotate her in for those powers. So she's getting a rest that she's not used to.
No.
So I don't know if she's stretching or doing chin-ups on the bars over there, but yeah, having an interesting go of it as timeout is called. Coaches both the Davises, B. Davis and K. Davis of the Vikings, making this timeout call as Lakers have doubled up the Vikings here in the first set.
No, for sure, the grade 9, Cadence McMillan, called her name a lot the first game, just making very exceptional plays and showing great effort out on the court, being almost everywhere she needed to, receiving some great strong hits by Doucette on the Jaguars end of things, causing mayhem.
Yeah, and she's done a great job of it. Last year, Cadence wasn't at the school, but she wouldn't have been eligible as a grade 8 player anyways. But coaches Tammy DeMerchant and Tracy Messer did not have a libero, and that is something they are used to. As Haley Messer had graduated, she was playing that libero position before, so I'm sure the coaches were really happy to add someone with Cadence's skill set and have her for 4 years.
Yeah. Great serve by Alyssa Snow over there, earning another point for the Lakers. Hopefully I didn't put no commentator's curse on her, but we'll see.
Yeah, that is an ever-present risk up here in the skybox.
Oh, I swear I felt it before at the free throw line a couple of times here at the gym.
That's true. You've been on both sides, victim and perpetrator, so no one knows better than you, I guess.
Great work by the Lakers. 9-point lead to start things off.
Exactly what you want to do against a tired opponent. Come out strong and really keep your foot on the gas.
Georgia Bernard finding that cross-court line, just nailing it to earn her team a point.
Yeah, really nicely done by Bernard. She's shown some great flexibility up there, some great height getting up, and not only just the quick taps and the blocks, but also a powerful hitter in her own right.
Well, that front line is definitely scary right now, having the veteran leadership of both Delaney McElwain and Lauren Peasy, and the height of Georgia is just sheer scariness at the defensive end for the Lakers.
Yeah. We did give a shout out to Cadence McMillan as a grade 9 student, but we should mention the rest of this squad in grade 11 or 12. It's a heavily veteran squad here for the Lakers. And looking like a pretty strong competitor in the single A division. Although Samuel de Champlain gave them some trouble earlier tonight.
Great service there by Delaney McElwain, number 11. So I got Ashton's opinion at the start of the night. What do you think of the new senior girls jerseys?
Oh man, I don't know if I want to make this official, put it on air. And I know Ashton did like them. They're fine, I guess.
They're
I don't know.
fine?
It just seems a little confusing and busy like down at the at kind of the bottom of the jersey where you have the stripes coming in. They do look sharp, but I wonder if like some like wavy pattern for the the Lakers might have made more sense. I don't know. I'm definitely not a clothing designer. I have like 4 pairs of pants and 6 shirts that I kind of rotate through. No one should be taking any kind of fashion advice from me. Yeah.
No, I understand that they're I kind of see it on the side where it kind of does go up like a wave, but
that's true, actually. Yeah, you know what? When you're looking at the side, the peak there, it looks good. The front, it's just there's a lot because there's the yellow stripes, the white stripes, with the green in between.
I mean, I can't complain. We wear our soccer jerseys for volleyball, so.
Hey man, if it works, it works.
Great point earned by the Lakers. Whew, running away with this one, 22-9.
Yeah, one thing I will say about the jerseys, very clear numbers, which I do appreciate. The gold numbers pop on that green, so I do like that, especially at the commentating position.
Yeah, no more having to lean over the edge of the booth to try to see who's who.
Exactly, no squinting for this guy. So, Vikings, again, victims of some miscommunication. We did see that earlier against Samuel de Champlain. Had both the libero D. Newman and Bree Williams going for that ball at the same time. And a little bit of confusion as we're all the way around the service order. Georgia Bernard, fewer serves this time.
Williams sends it over to Georgia, but she makes a smart decision to let it go out of bounds.
And that is a gutsy call. As she was walking back with that all the way, you saw her eyes watching, her arms at the ready, but she had to make that split-second call. Am I going to rotate out or am I going to rotate in and play this? Made the right one ultimately, but Wolf, you got to trust your twitch and your reaction time to make that play.
Over by Matheson. Cole looking to set up Snow, but it's going to be ending up in the net. Good attempt there as McMillan takes out the senior Peasy.
Yep, as we mentioned, expect to see lots of Cadence McMillan wearing that dark libero jersey. Ooh, nice block by Searles.
Searles sending it right back to the Lakers side after a nice block.
Vikings postponing the Lakers win for now, but with set point at 24-12. It'll take a miracle for the Vikings to get back into this one.
Great hit and way to end off the first set, other than a Riley DeMerchant spike off the arms of Williams.
Yeah, and I guess if Williams is in grade 11, those two might have been classmates at one point. Is that right?
I believe so. My younger brother Charlie, those that seen the streams a couple of times that been up here, he's known Bree a couple of times and told me that she used to go to their classes, or at least in elementary school. So
okay. So maybe they weren't playing volleyball at quite this level back when she was here in Harvey. Should take a moment to shout out our sponsors. Big thanks to Scott Pierce at Remax East Coast Elite Realty and the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs. Our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in the streams. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is in the video description, rather. Almost got it.
So close.
Yeah, that's real tripping over the finish line there. Should thank as well, though, some of the folks working behind the scenes. Big thanks down there to Willow Shepherd working the in-house scoreboard, and Carly Good on what used to be a score sheet but is now a very fancy iPad that almost always works correctly. They're working the Don Fletcher Minor officiating table, and they are supporting Al Barrio, who is the head ref tonight and has been for most of the season here in the David McMullen Gymnasium. He's done an excellent job, kind of keeps the games light, keeps everyone in a positive mood, very even-keeled, making some difficult calls as well in those inbounds, but always fair, always balanced, so big thanks to Al Barrio. And then up here in the skybox, we've got Jay and Willow Gillett. They rotate sometimes, but right now it's Jay working the camera and Willow keeping us checked off on our on-stream scoreboard, rather, because we have to do that independently of the scoreboard here in the gym. Big thanks to both of them, and to you, Joe.
Oh, and to you, Mr. White.
Yeah. Always fun to toss on the headset and help walk you through some volleyball here.
Yeah, hopefully I don't give you too many gray hairs tonight from all the mispronunciations.
Yeah, we'll do our best. I mean, I'm guilty of it too sometimes. And if you did tune into the first one, I did the second stream rather, the neutral game between Campobello and Samuel de Champlain. I did get a name wrong. I knew there was a Marissa on this Vikings team, but it is not Marissa Jackson. It is Marissa Calder in grade 12, Maya Jackson in grade 10. Yeah, a few returning players. I think actually all 5 of the starters from the Campobello basketball team: Marissa Calder, Maya Jackson, Sophie Mitchell, Eden Searles, and Bree Williams. And they do have 2 D Newmans on the roster. One wearing number 18 as the libero, and then another posted as number 16. I wonder if that just means that if Newman is not playing the libero position, she wears a 16 green jersey, and that's why they have her down twice. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I haven't seen really any Campo games besides the one played earlier, but I'm not sure if she just has a sister with the same initials or... It's Calder setting things off at the service line. McElwain saving the ball there. Calder with that deep push we saw from the second game. Finding Peasy. That nails it in the back line.
Great placement by Lauren Peasy. And actually, we are going to see a couple personnel changes. Aaliyah Nestruck has checked in to this game, as has Gracie Nicholson. And Maddie Fraser-Cole taking a breather. I think Delaney McElwain is going to be the primary setter for this matchup.
Peasy, strong serve nailing Calder right in the biceps. Great attempt there by McElwain and DeMerchant. Kind of the 1-2 punch for almost every sport they've played together.
That's true, yeah, and they've spent quite a few years in this gym, whether it's basketball or volleyball or soccer too, they play, yeah.
Oh, and volunteering and everything. Great work by the other senior there, Aaliyah Nestruck. McElwain, great attempt on the backwards dive.
Got a hand on it, and actually it could have been a playable ball. I just don't think any of her teammates were expecting it and couldn't change position in time.
No, I think they saw the tip coming up behind McElwain and didn't expect her to go for it. So they thought that was kind of a point loss there.
Campbell to a 3-1 lead now, as Lakers not sure if it's because it's a different setter and Riley DeMerchant's getting used to the timing, but they've surrendered a couple points now with kind of mistimed hits. We'll see as McElwain sends it over nicely.
Great work there by McMillan and Nicholson working together. McElwain sending it far deep. Calder sends it to McMillan. McElwain to DeMerchant. DeMerchant with the good tip. Going out of bounds. Smart placement there by DeMerchant.
Yeah, must have been watching the neutral game between Campobello and Sam Desham, because that's a Marissa Calder move with that set over and finding a soft spot.
Searles getting it up. Or Searles, my bad there, folks. Bernard sending it to DeMerchant. Nestruck with a good push up. McElwain back to Nestruck. Nestruck following the line, causing some disruption between Campo. McMillan receives it up. McElwain to DeMerchant. DeMerchant back. Finds Newman. Calder up. Great work there by both ends. DeMerchant looking to end the play, but unfortunately not scoring her team a point. Too much mustard going out.
Yeah. DeMerchant kind of uncharacteristically not super precise on her hits, and she usually is very good, so we'll see if she kind of shakes that off.
Being more of a power hitter where she's used to that cross, I think it caught her off guard, having not that much room coming from a middle position.
Okay, and that's where knowing the positions really help, because that's something I'm still figuring out in volleyball. I mean, as well as basketball. It's one of the many things I miss about rugby is they're just numbered based on your position. So all you have to do is look at the jersey number. You know what position they play.
Okay.
Yeah, a little harder in these court sports.
Great battle there between the two giants at the net, Searles and Bernard. Bernard looking to block her, and she does! Ferocious block by Bernard. letting her presence be known.
Two grade 11 students, and yeah, as you mentioned, going back and forth, that's a great battle between those two, and one I expect we'll see again next year as well.
DeMerchant getting to Macklin. Bernard hits it. Searle's giving DeMerchant a taste of her own medicine, or Bernard, sorry.
Yeah, Bernard recovered well, but a campfire ball a little bit later, and Lakers surrender the point. Vikings still lead, although only by 1.
Matheson sending it to Nestor. Nicholson with the tip there. Kind of deciding whether she wanted to tip it or spike it.
I think it slowed her down a little bit, and she came in a little too slow on that hit. Decent positioning, though. We'll see if, now that she's rotated into the front, if she's able to get a few more of those opportunities.
Beauty of a placement there by Bernard. Nailing that one right on the out-of-bounds line. McMillan coming out, and Peasy coming in, joining the fellow 2 seniors out on the floor. McElwain and Nestruck. Oh, good attempt on the dig there for Peasy, but couldn't get there.
And Nestruck's going to go off. I guess the Youngblood rookie has to spell off some of these grumpy old ladies in our two of our 3 seniors in Nestruck and Peasy.
It's going to be Nicholson taking the service line.
Yeah, and she's been injured lately, so it's nice to see her back on the court. A little rusty. I think this is her first game action in a little while, so it'll take a bit to shake off the rust, but still, it's good to see her back out there.
And repping that number 14, dedicated to her older brother, Mason Nicholson, who wore that number all throughout his high school career. Graduate of last year. Great work by the Lakers. Calder looking to put that deep push, but Riley doing her scouting report. Peasy sent it over. Calder looking to set up Jackson. Jackson sends it over. Bouncing off the knuckles of DeMerchant. Resulting into a Viking point. 9-6.
No, it didn't pay off this time, but there was some good lateral movement in the back by Riley DeMerchant. Saw Georgia Bernard do that earlier as well. I think you're right. They know their scouting report, and they have to defend that whole back line well, but whoever's back there seems to be pretty prepared to move laterally and make the play.
Yeah, it's kind of, I believe the girls have always done kind of a 6 back. I know us senior boys, we kind of play a 6. We used to play a 6 up, so that means the middle back position, there's numbers. So that back position is number 6. So it's literally what it's called, is 6 back. So she's back farther than the rest of the team, waiting to dig up that ball.
Makes sense. Their read, I guess the zone that they're responsible for is that back area.
Calder sends it over, finds McMillan. McElwain finds DeMerchant, who sets it to Newman. Calder gives it to Jackson. Jackson tips it, but DeMerchant's there. McElwain trying to find her fellow senior, but going to get called for a double touch.
I was wondering what that was going to be. You saw it quicker than I did, but referee Barrio making the clear call.
Calder sends it back to McMillan. DeMerchant. McElwain to DeMerchant. And DeMerchant resulting for a Laker point.
Snuck it over nicely there.
Yeah.
Zalia Nestruck will check back into the game in the front row.
Peasy looking to change a little bit of this deficit up. Calder sets it to Jackson, sends it right to Peasy. McElwain to Nestruck with the sneaky
really
tip.
Nice play. Aaliyah Nestra just putting that enough to get it right over and have it fall quickly. She knew that no Vikings could get there in time. Really nice vision from the veteran.
Looks like she was already in position, just waiting for that perfect kind of rocket set. Not too high, but not too low. Just perfect for her to get that tip over. DeMerchant to McElwain. Aaliyah spiking it now, resulting into a Laker point, bouncing off of the whole front row of the Vikings.
Yeah, playing pinball there almost, as ball moving around laterally. They survived it once, but the second time it'll just not be in a good position to put over the net.
Peasy sends it over. Searle sends it back to Peasy. Nestra. Nicholson sends it to the group of Vikings. Williams unable to get the ball over. Kind of a weird angle to chase the ball from.
Yeah, ended up in the bench almost. He was on top of coaches B and K Davis, so not a great place from which to try to play the ball.
Peasy doing her best to bring it to a 1-point deficit. Calder gives it to Jackson. Free ball to DeMerchant. McElwain bump sets it over to her teammate. Newman off the back fingertips. Calder deep push, but received by Nicholson. Senior girls a little slow to get to where they needed there after the receive of Nicholson.
Tough break because it was a really good extension too. She had to kind of pivot sideways to even get hands, and it was an awkward angle, but she still made it a playable ball.
Good work by Nicholson, getting the ball up so her teammate DeMerchant can result in a back corner spike.
There we go, and if the Lakers can get DeMerchant humming the way she usually is, then they'll be in a good spot to come back and ultimately take this set. Campobello already with more points scored than they did all of last set.
Amazing serve there by the Lakers side.
Delaney McElwain doing well. I think if I remember right, the last time she played on this court, she wasn't super thrilled with her serving. She should probably be happier after these games, I imagine.
Calder setting it to Searles. Nestrick hitting the deck, but just bouncing off her knuckles.
Yeah, tough break. A millisecond earlier, if she'd gotten a little more arm under that, might have been able to direct it up, but unfortunately sends it into the stands, so no point there for the Lakers.
McMillan getting it up to DeMerchant. McElwain sending it right back to Williams. Searles with the back tip to McMillan. DeMerchant with the push. Giving Campo a little bit of their own taste of their own medicine with that one.
Picking those back corners. Yep.
She's going to take the service stripe here, looking to break this tie. Williams gets it. DeMerchant hustling to get over, but couldn't get there in time, scraping her knuckles with the ball.
Yeah, that's that she had a ways to go, and she was motoring, but just couldn't get there in time. That was good placement by the Vikings. So they got a couple points now to retake this lead. Good back and forth set here in the second. If you're just tuning in, Lakers did take the first 25-12, so Campo needs this win to stay alive.
Calder with the push, but received by McMillan. Back row hit by Nicholson. McElwain to Nestrick. Nestrick gives it to Calder. Searles, they send it over, but it's going to be on the wrong side of the pole, so it will result in the Lakers' point.
Yeah, wrong side of referee Alberio, too. Made the call without even having to see the ball.
Nestrick looking to get some points on the board, and she does, putting it right at the feet of Williams.
She's got some fans in the stands, I think, and that was well-deserved because it was a beautifully placed serve. Well in front of Williams, forcing her to scrape up, and she thought she could lean in to get it, but would have had to move her feet to get under that well. And now she's switching up her location.
Ooh. Still getting some love from the Laker faithful anyway. And if you're some of Laker faithful and want to come support out your green and gold, always check the Harvey High School website. Go to the athletic calendar on our new page made last year. You can find some of the senior girls and senior boys games listed on there. And even if you're into JV and middle school volleyball and have some family that you want to go support or family friends, go always check out there. We'll love to have you in the stands or watching us on stream.
Yeah, there's a total of 7 volleyball teams from middle to high school this year. So there is almost always a game going on. Yesterday was a day off for the first time in quite some time.
Yeah, I don't think this gym's had a break in a long time. Lakers there, earning themselves a point to tie it up for, I think, the 3rd time this set.
Yeah, it's been great back and forth volleyball here as both teams hanging with it. We've seen some good rallies, some really good digs and plays to keep things alive. And there's a smart call by Gracie Nicholson, letting that go out of bounds.
we'll see if it follows the pattern of the Lakers going up by 2 and then the Vikings trailing back to tie it. It's kind of been following that there. Williams giving it to Calder. Calder finds McMullen once again. Peasy with a strong hit going out of bounds. Very close though.
Yeah, tough break. That was a matter of inches.
But once again, Alberio making the correct call. No complaining from the booth yet. Bernard sends it right over to Searles. Calder up to Nicholson. Macklin chasing after it, gives it to her fellow senior. Searles getting right underneath it, but putting too much swing into those arms. Knocking some dust off the rafters.
Yeah, we've had a few of those balls, those duster balls go up there.
Great work by Bernard to get where she was supposed to. Strong push by... Oh, that'll be a double touch.
Hit, yeah. Guess hands must have been just slightly off time, which can be tough when you're trying to volley and direct it over the net because it's the third hit.
Great work by DeMerchant getting it to her setter and resulting into a well set up play there.
Yeah, no question on that one. That's a textbook hit. Nice set from McElwain and a good hit from Riley DeMerchant to finish it off.
It'll be Nestruck checking in for McMillan. Peasy sends it right to Searles.
Oh.
Searles looks like she got something in her eye. As soon as the ball came over, I'm not sure if there was some dust left on that duster ball, but looks like a little impaired vision there.
She's wiped it off though, blinking a bit, but seems okay.
Oh, look at the Lakers cheating again. Putting something on the ball. Calder with the deep push, but Lakers covering it. DeMerchant finding that back corner, making a 23-20 lead.
Yeah, Lakers pulling away right when they need it most, getting some support from Keynes McMillan. She doesn't get very much time on the bench because she's almost always on the court. But when she is close to those wooden walls, she loves to slam on them, give that support to her teammates.
Oh, for sure. McMillan, the only grade 9 and the only one under grade 11 on the team, making her presence known all day from this triple header of volleyball.
Well, we should mention there is an enthusiastic JV girls team as well, so there are some girls players available who will be coming up next year. It won't be a total exodus.
Yeah, I believe manager on the bench right now for the senior girls, Emma McFadgen. We'll call her the protege because she does get to practice with the senior girls and play for the JV girls. So getting a lot of practice, a lot of veteran leadership from the seniors. And she'll probably be a force to reckon with, coming from the smart intelligence from the senior players.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, that's good to point out. And as you mentioned, only a grade 10 student, getting basically 2 years of practice in, learning from 2 different sets of coaches, but getting used to the senior girls system as well. Tracy Messer and Tammy DeMerchant have been the senior girls coaches for quite some time. I imagine they've got like a pretty solid system by now. I'm not exactly sure how all the tactics work, but I feel like that's a safe assumption. Should mention as well, you were talking about the upcoming games, and next week it is a busy one here in the David McMullen Gymnasium. On Monday at 5:30, the senior girls will take on the St. Stephen Spartans in an exhibition matchup, followed by the senior boys at 7:15. We haven't had a ton of those boy-girl doubleheaders that we usually see for basketball, so it'll be nice to have both senior teams in action. That's a great night to come on out here to the David McMullen Gymnasium. On Tuesday, there will be a 5:30 game for the middle school varsity girls. I forget which team they're taking on offhand, but they will be playing. On Wednesday, the senior boys have their final home game of the season. It's a triple header against the very familiar opponents by now, Samuel de Champlain Jaguars and Sir James Dunn Academy Algonquins. And then on Thursday, we're saving what could be the best for last at 6 p.m. The senior girls take on those rival McAdam Warriors. And that is a league matchup as well. It's not a triple header, but it will be an important game for both teams. Of course, the Lakers would love to put a pin in McAdam's playoff hopes and secure their own position McAdam, of course, wouldn't mind doing the same to the Lakers.
No, I haven't. Have they played at all this season yet?
I think they played once. I think the Lakers went to McAdam and they won, but felt like they could have won by more. I think it was fairly close. McAdam, of course, I'm sure, confident that they should be able to hang with the Lakers. So, should be a good matchup. That's Thursday at 6 p.m.
Perfect. I'll have to get my tickets now and come reserve a seat.
Oh, yeah, we'd love to fill the gym. I'm sure there will be lots of folks wearing purple and gold as well, so we definitely want some green and gold in there.
Well, didn't you hear no purple and gold allowed at this school? Yeah, big ban.
Yep. Seems reasonable.
Oh, yeah.
As long as the New Jersey red and black is still permitted, I guess I'll be okay.
I don't know. That's kind of pushing it.
Yeah.
Bernard sending it over to Williams. Bouncing off the knuckles of Calder, resulting in an early 3-0 lead for the Lakers.
Yeah, Lakers doing well here with a couple of seniors on the bench, Delaney McElwain and Aaliyah Nesteruk. And I think they will stay there. I saw Alyssa Snow making motions to come in, but it wasn't quite her turn in the rotation. I think when Cadence McMillan comes up to the front row, it will be number 15, Alyssa Snow, who's checking in for her.
Great serve there by Bernard. Tipped by Jackson. Finding DeMerchant. Oh, setter. Maddie Fraser-Cole getting up there for her own little tip.
Really nicely done. I think they definitely missed her on that last set. Maddie Fraser-Cole, an excellent setter. Not only consistent with where she places the ball, but also very good with those deceptive plays. She's got a great instinct for when to punch the ball over, which one of her teammates is ready for a big hit. So certainly an asset wearing number 4 in the green and gold jerseys.
No, that Cole family definitely knows how to produce some volleyball players. Her older brother, Logan Fraser-Cole, never playing at the collegiate level, but being a very strong senior player back in his days, and Maddie kind of following in his footsteps.
Yeah, he wasn't a setter, was he? He was more of a hitter, I think? Or?
Yeah, I believe he was more of a power and middle kind of guy.
Was it Pius Vautour was the setter for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, it really has been a few years since he's been up here. Huh. I don't know what Alyssa did to those girls, but it doesn't look like anyone wants to let her on the court.
No.
Georgia seems determined to win this 15-point set all on her own.
And she'll continue the streak, 9-0. Knock on wood. Hope no commentator curse comes to get her, but
Yep.
Georgia fires it over. Matheson. Great work by the Lakers. Not letting it affect their score at all. Sending it right over on that back line.
Some great recoveries there as both Lauren Peasy and Riley DeMerchant didn't get nearly as much power on that contact as they wanted. The ball was low, and they had to play it awkwardly, but they still did. And Peasy placing it perfectly along that back line.
Seems to be a little frustrations coming from the Campo side.
Yeah, not the way they wanted to end their afternoon.
No.
As Georgia Bernard, very strong server. You can see why Coach Messer has her first in the service order in these key games.
Calder looking to get into that corner. But DeMerchant received. Ooh, great work there by Riley DeMerchant off the hands of Newman.
Yeah, a bit of confusion there as both Jackson and Calder in vicinity to play it, neither one making the definitive move.
Up by Searles. Matheson sends it over out of bounds. Looks like instead of playing on the volleyball court, Alyssa's playing looked like rock, paper, scissors or some hand games with her fellow teammates there.
Well, she's got to stay loose. I mean, yeah, might not even get to see the court on this set as we have set point for the Lakers now. I don't think I've ever seen this.
No.
Full sweep, even if it is just a 15-point set.
Bernard looking to shut it out. Calder pushes. Bernard back row hit to the libero. Gracie setting it. DeMerchant nails it up. Searles. Cadence with the back row hit once again. The libero getting some offensive love. Peasy up to the setter. Peasy tipped. Up by Newman. Tipped. Bernard. Lauren getting it. Oh! The shutout unable to be succeeds. The Laker faithful booing us some jokes there.
Even the Campo bench has to applaud that. That was an impressive run by Georgia Bernard. But they still haven't rotated yet. Alyssa might not make it on. No, actually she won't, because next time the Lakers score, that'll be 15. So Alyssa Snow's evening is effectively over.
Yeah. Yeah, go hit the showers. Great work by the Vikings. But that's going to do it. With the final set being a 15-2 third set. Great work by Georgia Bernard. I would say the whole Lakers squad, but Georgia getting the most love for the points there.
Yeah, doing an excellent job. And as the team shake hand, we'll shout out our sponsors one last time. Big thanks to Scott Pierce at RE/MAX East Coast Elite Realty and the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs. Our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in the streams. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is in the video description. Big thanks to minor officials as well. Willow Shepard and Carly Good tidying up that Don Fletcher minor officiating table. Al Barrio was the referee, and big thanks to coaches B and K Davis and manager M Malik for the Vikings, as well as coaches Tracy Messer and Tammy DeMerchant and manager grade 10 student Emma McFadgen. Up here in the skybox, Willow and Jay Gillett have been working the scoreboard and the camera respectively. And a big thanks to you, Joe, for helping walk us through the game.
Thank you too, Mr. White, for accompanying me on this fun evening full of some fun volleyball. And thank you to all the viewers at home for tuning in. Come support the Green and Gold or any other away team you were cheering on.
Yep. And we should say, make sure you tune in this weekend. That Canadian Wheelchair Basketball National Championships at UNB. If you can make it to UNB, that's even better. But if not, it will be the Harvey Stream Team bringing those games to you. That's on the Canadian Wheelchair Basketball YouTube channel. So make sure you check us out. Games start at 10 a.m. The games we're streaming anyways start at 10 a.m. on Friday. They go all weekend. So hope you can tune in there. And if not, we'll see you at another Lakers game.
Perfect. Well, have a great night.